I recorded this episode back on May 18th, 2021, and I had just completed my first interview, my first summit interview with Anthony Trucks, and it was amazing. When you listen to this episode, you will hear how much fun I had, a ton of details about the summit, about having momentum, about following the steps, everything coming together, etc. And at the time of this recording, the publishing of this episode today on June 29th, I have 20 speakers confirmed with 15 interviews recorded. The summit is going to be awesome. Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Misha Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within. I was just laughing because I did my first summit interview with a ponytail. How funny is that? This all falls under what happened today. Well, most of this is going to fall under what happened today. So I had my first official summit interview, and oh my gosh, I was so nervous. Now, keep in mind, I've interviewed 25 people for my podcast so far and cold called literally hundreds of thousands of people back in my sales days and interviewed. When you're selling, you're effectively interviewing somebody. You're sorting out what their needs are. Is this a good fit? You're trying to qualify. Are they a good customer? I definitely didn't want to waste anybody's time, definitely not my time when I was in sales. So I was absolutely not trying to sell people stuff they didn't need. In mortgages, it's easy. It's pretty cut and dry. I was really good at running the numbers for customers. And if it was a refi, did it financially make sense? And I could absolutely figure out the exact payback time. And then they could sort it out. Did this make sense or not? Sometimes you got cash in hand and got a lower payment. And it was crazy when rates drop fast enough. But anyway, that was not the point of this. Well, I kind of was. The point is that I was, holy mackerel, I was so nervous for the first summit interview, tossing and turning the last couple of nights sleeping. I actually didn't record an episode yesterday. I was so wrung out. But you know what? I woke up and actually last night I wrote my pre-morning to-do list or my morning to-do list, and one of the things was prep for the Anthony Trucks interview, and there's a specific format I'm trying to fit. I think that was the big fear, was the specific format. As I've been interviewing for the podcast for fun, I have a ton of flexibility where now there's a specific agenda. So it's the tools for a good life summit. And I'm working on 30 modalities, 30 tools to give guys like me who once successful, going through a rough patch. 2 of the 3 legs of life stools have been knocked out from under them. So you've got relationships, finance, health. And when you're a A type, successful type person, if one leg of the stool goes out from under you, you can oftentimes work your way through it. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, muscle your way through it, fix it. But it's when that third leg goes down that you can feel like the mess is hitting the fan. And so I'm very specific. Anthony, for example, has personality profiles and specifically your identity, establishing what your identity is so you can use that as a tool to move forward and get through your stuff and get headed in that new right direction. And so if you know your identity, that can help. And so I'm trying to get actionable steps to get people moving in the right direction per modality. And so I've got to encourage what are those steps and suss them out and help. So when someone's done listening to the interview, they go, great, there's steps 1, 2, 3, step 1, step 4, whatever it is, the 4 steps or actionable ideas that they can do. And so I had that worked out. I have my questions. Given this scenario, which I just told you, and then the scenarios, the guy's having a hard time. This is my question to you. Thinking of your tool modality, what are the exact next steps you would offer this person so they know they are headed in the new right direction, that they will have positive momentum towards getting their life back on track? And then I have a bonus question as well. So it's actually a 2-part interview, session 1, session 2. And the bonus or advanced questions, I'll save those for another day. I'll see how long this episode goes. But the rest of the challenging part is, since I'm interviewing for the Tools for a Good Life Summit, I need to do an intro. So welcome back, everybody, to the Tools for a Good Life Summit. And right now, I would like to introduce you to, in this case, it was Anthony Trucks. Anthony, I'm quickly going to give a quick bio. Is that okay? Well, yes, Misha, it is. So I give the bio. And then at the end of the interview, if this interview with speaker, in this case, Anthony, was fantastic, and you want to get even more content from Anthony, upgrade to the all access pass for that bonus interview. And then any final thoughts to share that we did not get a chance to cover? Then I get to talk about where people can find their content. And then again, a reminder, click on the button on this page to get unlimited access to all of these interviews in the all access pass. So I needed to get all that dialed in. So that was this morning. And thank you for listening. And then for the bonus interview, welcome back, everybody, to the Tools for a Good Life Summit bonus session with, in this case, again, Anthony Trucks. And at the end, again, thank you so much, Anthony. And don't forget, you can find them here, anthonytrucks.com. Click on his, what is it, his identity. What is your identity question? Oh, it was so good. I did his what is your identity question, and it pegged me, and it was so good. And actually, I want to tell you that it helped me press forward with the summit at some of the hardest times a month or so ago. So super excited. Anthony crushed it. You will love his interview and his bonus interview. He gave actionable steps to really to crush it. I mean, Anthony's doing so well himself, played in the NFL, was a star college player. He told a couple of amazing stories about where he, had an epic play in front of 50 or 60,000 people. I mean, how crazy is that? So that's how we started. And then we went into actionable steps. But So that I got that done. And again, the emotional peak of that first interview and how I didn't realize how much I had. It was stressing me out. I don't know if stressing me out's the right word or how much fear. I'll admit it. I was like, I cannot believe I'm doing this. How's it gonna go down? And what have I done? And it came together beautifully, and Anthony crushed it again. And so the other thing that happened today, thank you for listening to that. The other thing that happened today was I sent out a new round of 10 or 12 speaker invites. And there's the part of that speaker invite page that points the speaker that I'm inviting to my speaker invite page, saying, hey, check out the speaker invite page. There's some more details. Check it out. And ultimately, you can click a couple of links and schedule your speaker summit interview. And I had a couple people do that today. So how exciting is that? I had put so much work into that, and to have it be efficient for all parties, just a good experience for the speaker, good experience for me. Just so excited to have that stuff come together, because as all of you know, when you work on a new project, when you work on new things and that are potentially definitely out of your comfort zone, is it going to work? What's going to happen? And so, per usual, follow the steps, take the instructions, and bam, Bob's your uncle. I've got momentum. So I've got a few more interviews scheduled. I'm talking to another few people about the prospects of them joining the summit. I've got a bunch more emails to send, a bunch more people to find, but it's good. It's looking good. I'm excited. I'm really excited to, after that Anthony Trucks interview, I really see how powerful it's going to be for providing amazing content for people to learn and grow and have tools, such a broad array of cool new ideas for people to just grow, change, thrive, get through hard times. Life is good. Did I cover everything? Oh, yes. And I did that all with a ponytail. That was another part of my concern. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, what am I going to do? And I'm going to tell you something. I was on a meeting last night, had my hair in a pony, a wee ponytail, a man bun. And I was, had my headphones on, the podcast mic. I was in a meeting, leading. I was the one who was, that people got to hear some content. And I got this great comment. Oh my gosh, you look so professional. And that's all I needed to hear. I will keep the long hair for another day. So that's part of what happened today. I think there was probably more I wanted to tell you, but I will stop there. Anthony Trucks, thank you so much for being my first interview for the summit, for showing up, for just crushing it and providing amazing content. I'm out. Everybody have a good day. Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.